The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Yeah, so David flew out on Friday night, was it, Luttsy, for Paris?
Correct.
Okay, so talk us
Indeed.
through it. How is Paris in the lead up to the Olympics? When does it start?
So it starts on the 26th, which is, when is that? That's next Friday, this Friday. But that's when the opening ceremony is. But there is sport, like rugby sevens, where I'm working, starts on the 24th with the men's, and then continues on through that. So it's for people watching at home, you'll be able to watch actual Olympic sport from the 24th. I think football or soccer will have started then as well, and also the rugby sevens. So there'll be plenty on from, what is that, Wednesday?
Yeah, well, it's
24th?
It's the 22nd today.
The opening ceremony for people in Brisbane will be on at 3 a.m. Saturday morning.
Oh, that's
Correct. And if you want to watch
will you
the
get up
first...
for that, Suze? That's a tough
Undecided.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like with the river and everything. But if you're watching sport-wise, I know that the first rugby sevens game, I think it's Australia versus Samoa, and that'll be on at 11 p.m. Wednesday night. So if you want to catch your first glimpse of the Olympics, you'll have to be up pretty late on Wednesday night to check that out. But I went out to the Stade de France today, which is it's a fantastic stadium. It's about 25 years old. I haven't been there in 20 years. I went to the 2003 World Athletics Championships there. So this is where the rugby sevens is, and then where the athletics will be as well.
Oh, really?
Beautiful stadium. It's a purple track, so everything around the football field at the moment is purple. It looks amazing. It's going to be pretty cool, I think, and for the athletics as well, it's going to be an amazing. And then from the back of that, Suze, you can see the aquatic centre, which looks amazing. I'm trying to work out. I'm just trying to check now what the capacity is and what exactly they're doing with it. You might know more, whether it's a drop-in pool that becomes like an arena.
Yeah, it's a drop-in pool, because I saw... we should find the site for it where they show it in fast time, them building the pool.
Right.
I've got it. I sent it to a friend yesterday.
How good is it?
Yeah, they show the construction
It's amazing.
of the drop-in
We'll throw
pool.
that on our Insta, Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill.
What is the capacity? That's a very good question.
It looks huge.
It looks massive.
And it's right next to the Stade de France. So, yeah, it's really interesting because, geez, I saw some video, because you know how the Americans they had their US trials in Indianapolis, I think, at a stadium. I saw one of the world records that was made by one of the American swimmers. The noise when that happened at a stadium was crazy. It's one of the loudest things you'll ever hear. I'll try and find the video of that as well.
And remember, in Japan, in Tokyo, there was no crowd. So it's going to be quite... what's the word when it's really big difference from the last Olympics to this Olympics, competing.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
In front of crazy noise, especially for the Australians, because like you said, the Americans are kind of used to it with their trials.
Exactly. It looks like it looks, this aquatic centre looks as big as like the entertainment centre, or like Madison Square Garden or something like that. It looks absolutely huge. So yeah.
This pool, it took them 36 days to install the pool. It'd be fully taken apart after the games with all of the materials used in other capacities, but it will be used for the water polo as well. And they also put in the training pool alongside it, Luttsy, as well, because I know that people were talking about that if we were going to do the Suncorp Stadium. It can be done.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, they're talking...
Definitely can be done.
Well, exactly. And we're talking about SoFi Stadium's going to host the swimming at the 2028 Olympics. I was talking to one of the American people we're working with today. She was saying that that'll be constructed in a week.
Wow.
Between the opening ceremony and the swimming in the second week of LA, they're going to construct that pool in a week. That's the other thing everyone's saying. You can't do it. It takes months. Well, not the Americans are going to do one in a week. So it's been really interesting to see all that. But it was my first glimpse of the Olympics today, because Paris is huge. Like where I'm staying is kind of between.
Is it, though? Like, what
it's sensational. Even where I'm staying, I thought I was in the middle of nowhere. I'm sort of halfway between the Stade de France and the centre of Paris, where I'm staying. I don't even know what the suburb's called. I walked around the back of the hotel and down to this little, like, Canal River, there's like boats with bars on them and restaurants. It's just incredible. Everyone's on a Sunday afternoon here having their lunches and things like that. And there is actually a real vibe that the Olympics is here, which is pretty cool, even though we're still a few days out. And then I walked around the corner, it's like down to this local park. There's a huge park down there with a place called France Central, I think it's called, where there's just a huge thing for the French team where people can go and watch the games and there's live concerts. Then there's that Heineken House thing, Ash, where we went to in Sydney, like the Netherlands have their big centre. Then there's, like, it's just a massive setup.
Wow.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Alex, my daughter, has the weirdest connection, I think, with someone in the swimming team who's about to compete at the Olympics, and she's got a dilemma.
Really?
Alex, my daughter, went to school and is really good friends with Lizzie Deckers, who is the highest ranked, get this, because I was a 200 butterfly, is the highest ranked 200 butterflyer in the team. She's ranked third in the world. Alex is like one of her best friends from high school, is ranked third in the world in the 200 butterfly. I can't believe Alex hangs out with a 200 butterfly.
Wow.
When
That's
that
pretty
was
bizarre.
That's bizarre, isn't
Didn't
it?
you have a moment, was Lizzie Deckers the one that came over to your house once and just through pure coincidence, Jessica Schipper was there as well?
Yeah, a fellow 200 butterfly. She was
And
there.
world record holder.
Yeah. She was there because Jessica's husband is an electrician and he comes and does our electrical work.
Yeah.
So Alex had a party, a school party. Oh, what grade was she in? She was pretty young. I'm going to say grade 8. And yeah, so Lizzie Deckers, who's a up and coming swimmer, comes over and loves the 200 butterfly, and I'm there, 200 butterfly, and Jessica Schipper is also there. So it's been a weird connection.
So
Now,
what's her dilemma?
well, Alex is over in Europe at the moment. We were there for a month, but then Alex and Bill, our son, stayed over there backpacking around, and she's in Portugal. And Alex rang me on the weekend and said, my other best friend from school is over there, Sophie. We're thinking about going to the Paris Olympics and watching Lizzie Deckers compete. And immediately
Why
I'm like,
not?
well, immediately I'm like, oh, don't do that. That's like a waste of money. But then I'm thinking, well, she's already over there.
Yeah.
It's her best friend from school.
Yeah. Would she be able to get tickets?
You can still buy tickets.
You can still buy tickets
wow.
to the swimming?
To the swimming.
To the swimming?
You can still buy tickets to the swimming.
What?
They are so expensive.
How
I don't
much?
360 euros.
For one night.
Yeah, for one final night.
It's actually not as bad as I thought it was.
Really?
Yeah,
to
I
be
would have
honest.
thought it would have been more than
Really?
that. So, yeah. What's
I
that?
mean, you pay.
What's
you
360
pay
in Aussie dollars?
585.
500, 585. That's a lot. But I mean, you pay. What do
Yeah.
you pay for a rock concert these days? Or a festival? You know, you're paying
Dunno.
$250, $300 for a
That's
festival.
true. And then, so
That's a once in a lifetime.
is it?
Paris Olympics swimming.
Oh, okay, I think I've talked her out of it, Alex. Do you think I should go back? Because you can.
But even just to be in Paris, to be like, I'm so envious of Luttsy at the moment. Like, just to be there, it's been a slow build for me, this Olympic Games, like in terms of getting excited for it. And it's just now, I'm just starting to read stuff. And that sprint series on Netflix has got me so excited for the athletics. I'm always interested in the
Yeah.
swimming, but now I'm like, okay, it's going to go off. The Olympics, it always does. Remember how good it was
Yeah.
in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
it's just
when there was no one there,
yes,
too. There
no
was no
one was
crowds.
there. It was
I
unreal.
didn't see it on TV because I was there.
Oh, it was
obviously.
epic. Like when we won when we were going good in the swimming. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
changed
don't
the
reckon
whole
I've
feel.
ever seen like since 2000, that last Olympics. I don't think that like the nation has got behind the team as much as what we did
No.
in Tokyo.
And it's actually a really good time here, I think, in Australia to watch it, which is what I said to Alex. You can come home and you can watch it. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's perfect.
Are you talking her out of it because you know you'll have to pay for that ticket?
No, I don't have to pay for it. She said Alex will pay for it herself, and she said it'll cost her probably $1,000 to change her flight, the accommodation in the backpackers. You can still get accommodation in Paris too.
There's a
the ticket.
bit of a feel that Paris has kind of done a little bit what happened on the Gold Coast for the 2018, where people are getting the hell out of here. Like, I don't think that it's as busy
No.
as people thought it was going to be as far as restaurants,
Really?
hotels, and even tickets. Where
That's
you can,
interesting. Yeah.
like some sports, you can get tickets a lot cheaper than that. Still.
Really?
Yeah, I remember when I went
Yeah.
to the Athens Olympics in 2004. Same thing.
Yeah.
It was almost like not a ghost town, but
You had a weird vibe when you got there at the end of it, but yeah.
Anyway, that's her dilemma. I told her not to do it, but maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I should change my mind.
Yeah, like she's already there. Like she's in
I said
Europe
it's
and the
just the
Olympics
Olympics.
is just starting.
Just watch it on TV.
She'd crash at Luttsy.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Smarter than Suze. Back at 8, we play at 9 a.m. as well. Good time to take her on. I think she just spilt coffee all over herself.
Yeah.
And she didn't know the moon
Suze.
didn't spin. So, you right, Suze?
Yep, good.
You good?
Good.
Is that a really expensive shirt that coffee is just spilt onto? Can someone get Suze some
Is it
wet
on your
wipes?
shirt?
Extremely
That's an $800
expensive.
shirt.
Extreme.
It looks like a Kmart flannel.
George, can I leave or do I have to stay here?
No, you wait till
you
you feel
go.
the fabric
You go
of
take
that
care of
one.
it.
Are you
Buzz.
sure?
Yeah, is it different?
Step off.
I thought it was,
Step off.
I thought it was Anko.
What has she
Fabric.
done?
It's softer than silk.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
that's not too. You go. You're not going to be focused. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
She's
That is
taking
a
off.
soft shirt.
Is this really unprofessional?
A little bit.
Europe.
Yeah.
You've
No, I think
derailed the
she-
show, Suze.
And I think she's got a photo shoot today. Did I hear that earlier?
Well, it's all confidential apparently, but yes, I've heard from
Oh.
Perth that she'll be figuring prominently over the next 24 hours in our news. Let's just say that.
Did you say
Olympic
Perth?
related. No.
Oh.
Did I say Perth? I might have. Don't think so.
Anyway,
No, I said in the news.
Oh,
She's
okay.
figuring prominently.
definitely said Perth.
Okay.
If you say so.
Quick, we need Suze back. The show's falling apart.
Well, do you want me to tell you what I was going to talk
Yeah, go
about?
ahead.
All right. So, Luttsy, you'll like this. My brother on the weekend, he emceed the Mayoress Ball down on the Gold Coast.
What's that?
What's that?
It's like, I guess it's the ball that the Mayoress puts on, which is what Tom Tate's wife, I guess. It's been going for like 10 years. That she has a string of charities that she supports, and evidently they get together once a year. And
So
it's
she's the mayoress.
well, I guess so.
a
Yeah,
good
I think it's
title.
called the Mayoress's Ball. I think that's the official name of it.
Lady mayoress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Luke found himself emceeing it, and they raised money through the night. And I think Lucas said, just to add context to one of the donations that I'm about to tell you about, that in the 10 years they've been doing it, I think they've raised $2.5 million.
Oh, wow.
So they're averaging about $250 a year, and all these charities
She does great
supported.
charity work. The
Yeah.
Lady Mayoress, great.
So this is Gold Coast I'm talking about. Yeah.
okay.
But we assume that she does great work down there as well.
Just hope
as
your
here
shirt's
in
okay, though.
Brisbane. Yes. Yeah, you missed that when you were cleaning your shirt. Did you get it all off, by the way?
Yeah, $800 flannel.
Yeah. Anyway, she said on the weekend at this ball, there was a donation that came through for $1 million on
1 million.
the night. And Luke's like, what? $1 million? And guess who it was that donated the million?
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah, go on.
Susie.
Gina Reinhardt.
No,
Gina
but
Reinhardt.
a mining magnate. Who's the
Andrew Twiggy.
No,
Forrest.
No,
No.
no.
A mining
Our
magnate.
very own colourful
Clive
Clive
Palmer.
Palmer.
Of course.
See?
Donated $1 million. And anyway,
That's good.
So Luke's found himself sitting with Clive at one stage during the night, and Luke goes to him, says, "Oh, good on you, Clive. You know, $1 million. Geez, that's a huge donation." And he reckons Clive could care less. Like Clive was like, "Yeah. It's good. It's a good charity. You know, she does good work." And Luke said it was just like it was going nowhere. And then Luke said to Clive, he goes, "Hey, Clive, I was talking to Greg Bird the other day. Remember the former Origin player, Greg,
Oh, yeah.
Greg
yeah.
Bird, New South Wales? And Greg Bird now is the coach of the Southport Tigers rugby league team on the Gold Coast. And as soon as he mentioned, and he said, I was talking to Greg Bird the other day. He's coaching Southport Tigers. Clive's eyes light up. And Luke goes, "Did you play for the Southport Tigers, Clive?" And Clive goes, "Yeah, I was a winger.
No.
I was a winger for the Southport Tigers." And then with all the pride in the world, he says, "Do you know what that grandstand is called at Owen Park?" And Luke goes, "No." He goes, the Clive Palmer grandstand.
Really?
They named the grandstand after me. And then Luke goes, "Where'd you go to school?" And Clive goes, "Well, I went to school at Southport State High School."
Did he?
I didn't know that.
No.
And he goes, "And guess what? I had the 400-metre athletics record for the school for 50 years.
What?
The record, the 400-metre record for Southport State High, he held for 50 years,
Jeez.
and he reckons it was beaten last year by some kid who beat the record by .01 of a second.
Jeez. Have we got any photos of Clive when he's
I went looking for that. No,
Younger?
can't find him.
That'd be-
an athlete?
yeah,
He was a good
amazing.
athlete.
Suze,
A great athlete.
Suze, he held
Oh,
the
good athlete.
Suze, that's a pretty bloody good effort. Like, out of every kid that's come
Yeah.
through, that's a major high school on the Gold Coast, and he's
50-year record's
a
pretty huge at this day and age. What
50-year
time
record.
it did out of interest?
Well, I bet you he'd know, because Luke reckons that like his face just completely lit up. Like the $1 million donation couldn't care less.
Yeah,
but
wow.
talking about his old footy career and the fact that he held that record for 50 years.
He tried to ring Israel Folau back to the Southport Tigers.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, he did. I remember that now,
right, yeah.
There's
as well.
pictures of him.
Wow. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And,
I saw-
and I love the fact that he's got $1 billion. Like, he can buy anything that he wants in the world, but he is spewing that he lost that record to that kid.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Have you guys been bungee jumping?
Oh, no.
Anyone
No, I
here?
haven't.
Yeah, I've done it
I
a
did
couple
the
of
swing
times.
in New Zealand, but not bungee. Have you done it, Ash?
I've done it a few times. I did it when I was like really young, and then I've done it a couple of times over the years. I've done a fair few skydives as well.
Oh, yeah?
like tandem skydives. Never one by myself. And I reckon that it takes way more kahunas to jump off the bungee jump than it does to jump out of
Really?
the aeroplane.
Because you're closer and it's more real.
And also, when you're doing a like to jump out of an aeroplane, it's a bizarre experience, and it is scary. It gets the adrenaline going, but you've also got like the guy, the person who's
Strapped to you.
who's strapped to you, and they're kind of making the decisions, and so you're going along. With the bungee jump, you have to commit to jumping off, and also when you skydive, you free fall. You can't. It's not as if the earth is racing up at you.
No, you don't feel the
When you do a bungee jump,
perspective.
it's literally like I did it. The
Just
first
there.
one I did was at the Broadwater on the Gold Coast years ago, and you dive and they adjusted it so that your head would just touch the water, and then you'd shoot back up, but you'd literally see
No way.
the
It's a bit
water
much,
coming
isn't
at
it?
you like that.
You'd have to give them your exact weight, wouldn't you? What if you lied about your weight?
Oh,
is not the time
82
to-
kilo.
And they're like,
Don't
That
lie
is
now,
not
son.
the time to lie
well,
about your weight.
teabagged.
Yeah.
Well, there's this bungee jump because I would never. You couldn't pay me enough money to go bungee jumping
No.
or skydiving.
You know, and
Honestly.
Susie, you know what my mum says? She says that it's bad for your eyes.
It is. It is bad for your eyes. I've heard that. My husband told me.
He'd know.
It can make your retinas pop out.
Can it?
Well, that,
What a way to go.
but they've got this bungee jump in China that I might be able to do.
Where?
Okay, hang on.
Come on, Buzz.
China.
Yeah.
In China.
I don't know the story.
It's bungee jumping for cowards. But I reckon it'd still be just as scary because you tell me the scary part of what actually is bungee jumping. Because you still have to step off. You still have to step off over, the height. But then it lowers you slowly. So you go, I've seen a video of it and actually we'll put it up on our Instagram. But it kind of goes slowly for a bit, but then it kind of just lowers you, to where it's going to the water, and then it pulls you back up again.
What's so you
Sounds like
jump
an
onto
elevator.
a platform or something?
It's exactly like,
You ever got a video that we can
yeah,
see?
the video is...
We'll throw it up on our socials, Ash, Luttsy and
on
Susie,
Insta.
and
I
also
just
you
had it
can.
here before, but basically, yeah, it lowers you. So it's like bungee jumping. You just don't go up and down. You're like you still got to jump off, and then just go, and that's your bungee jump. But it's still over a massive height. So I reckon it'd still be.
Oh, I see. Right. And then they're just kind of lowering you down.
It's
You still got to make that leap of faith. Do you know the one that I reckon is the scariest of them all?
Yeah.
Is, and this man, then in comparison, but I reckon, that giant drop that they've got at Dreamworld?
Oh yeah, I would never go on that.
That thing there, you go up there and
No.
you're sitting on the seat and you can feel your legs just dangling, and they leave you there. And you don't know when it's going to drop.
No.
And it
Yeah.
does drop initially just in free fall.
Yeah.
And you know that thing where your stomach, like whatever that is?
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, and it's like it all lifts.
But that's like that. The water slide one's like that too at one of those parks.
Yeah.
Where was that at? Where you're on a platform and it just pulls away, doesn't
Wet
it?
and Wild, I think, has
Yeah,
got
you just-
that. Yeah. It's the
Suck into the
anticipation that kills you
Yeah, the waiting
in
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
But I reckon that I could probably do If they brought that to Australia, I would give that a go if someone paid me enough money.
It's pretty lame. Oh, okay, well, it's going to take. It's still going to take a lot of money.
Pretty much getting in a lift.
Okay, but it's like getting in an elevator. Yeah.
Says we'll do Dancing with the Stars, followed by a cowardly bungee jump.
Yes.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Ben Cousins. I think we were all a bit surprised when we went, what? Ben Cousins is doing Dancing with the Stars? It's on every Sunday on Channel 7 and 7 Plus, and he joins us now from Perth, I assume.
Good.
How are you, mate?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Is it? I always forget. Are you like 2 hours in front of us or behind us? Is it like really early in the morning?
Behind, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
No, all good, mate.
How are you going? Like,
Not too bad.
are you
Yes.
are you healthy? And I mean,
Have you seen him, Suze? Look.
we've always
Yeah,
looked
no, life's
healthy,
done all right. Yeah, life is good.
straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Well done, congratulations! I've been following your career.
Yeah, thank you.
We were athletes around the same time, obviously. I'm
Yeah,
slightly older
yeah.
than you, but
Yeah.
you've pulled through, haven't you? And you're reading the sport.
He's only 46.
Well, I'm only 50, Luttsy.
Yeah, not much in it. Yeah. Live to tell the tale so far.
You're reading the sport over there, are you? And also now doing the Dancing with the
Yeah.
Stars. Okay, great. Love it.
Yeah.
Well done.
And what's the Dancing with the Stars thing like? We've spoken to people over the years, and they've gone, you know what? It's actually hard. It's like, come on, you think, we're going to go dancing in the dancing competition, like, and you're a former athlete. Don't tell me that there wasn't a part going, well, it can't be that hard. But like, how many hours you put in?
I hadn't done any dancing before, but I knew it was going to be tough. But yeah, I couldn't have done another hour of dancing. It really, just in terms of the time and the commitment to it, I was back living the life of a professional athlete. I really was. I wasn't moving like one, but I was living the life of one. And just a lot of back-to-back days. I'd be at the studio putting my shoes on at 9 in the morning a lot of days, and I would dance from 9 in the morning till 5 at night, and the only time I'd be off the floor would be for 30 minutes at lunch. The only time. It was quite incredible. And more hours than I'd ever done playing footy. But, I've missed that life, so that side of it I loved, and even the training was done in Melbourne, and then the shooting of it was up in Sydney. So whilst I was away from work and my kids and the family commitments, they couldn't get to me either. So I was
Really?
able to just train and eat and sleep, and it was cool for a while. Yeah, I loved it.
Jeez,
Yeah.
does it correlate to dancing out on the dance floor when you go out? Are you better on the... Are you better
When you hit the disco?
Well, I haven't given it a good run yet, but I hope so. If nothing else, I hope that's the takeaway. But even just to be dancing, in the cold hard light of day, really. If I've done any dancing, it's probably been after 6 or 8 beers. So even just all those inhibitions and insecurities that I've carried around forever, to sort of have to get over those and then find the enjoyment in dancing has been great. It's been so good for me, and I wish it had happened earlier.
There's the whole thing of having rhythm, etc. But the other point, when a few years ago, I know Ash was, I think it was before you, Suze, but we did like we joined in some kids dance thing, that Next Gen, whatever it's called, and we had to remember like 30 seconds of choreography. And
30
honestly,
seconds, yeah.
I just couldn't get it. It took us weeks and weeks to get 30 seconds. And I remember the only time I remember feeling anxious like that was in my very limited Queensland QAFL career for North Brisbane, the Eagles, being afraid I was going to be the one that was going to stuff up Aussie rules training drills. And everyone else knew which way to go and who to handball to, and I was always had anxiety. And I actually thought that was kind of similar to dancing when we were trying to learn that choreo.
Oh yeah, well, the nerves and the anxiety can be paralysing, and the performance side of it was really tough for me. A lot of people that had acting or singing background, they are performers, and then when it's time to perform, they really do come to life. And for me, that was a real stretch. When I took it on and agreed to do the show, I had sort of 4 or 5 weeks of training ahead of me, but I didn't want to think about the show. I didn't want to know who else was on it. I thought I've just got enough on my plate just to worry about the dancing. But as it got closer, at times it'd make me feel crook, yeah. But there's so many different layers to it. I only scratched the surface, but it was cool learning about it, yeah.
Hey, we were talking earlier in the show, we were mentioning we're going to have a chat to you later this morning, and when I think of Ben Cousins, one of the things I think of is, I just went, such is life. You probably possess one of the most well-known / famous tattoos.
I reckon
in the whole
Home and Awake, they copied it, remember? They had something that
the River Boys.
Riverbend Boys.
Yeah, they did like a watered-down poxy version of that, but that's such his life. That is a Ned Kelly thing, isn't it? Is that why you put it there? Were you marking out to Ned? How'd that come about?
Well, I've always liked the legend of Ned Kelly, but yeah, it wasn't one of the smartest things I've done, but I've been fortunate that I've made a few far greater blues over my time, so I haven't spent too much time worrying about that one. There's been others to worry about, but it's just something that found me.
Just one of those things.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing though? Like what a colourful life, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
The highs and the lows, and I'm sure there would be a time not too far away where it is they say you can judge someone by the quality of their problems, you know what I mean? And if your biggest problem is a dancing competition and, you're falling a bit behind on the Paso Doble and whatever, it's a lot better than other situations you've no doubt been in.
Yeah, well, I'd take that. Yeah, I'd take the issues I've got on the dance floor over some of the ones I've had previous. But, life is good.
You're against some really good names too. I really want to watch this because I have always been a fan of yours, Ben, even through your dance. So it's like Nova Paris, Shane Crawford I love as well, Julie Goodwin, the MasterChef winner, Samantha Jade, the singer. Who else have you got? Nikki Osborne, Nadia Bartel. Yeah, you got Ant Middleton from SAS.
So many.
Yeah, it was a great cast. I just really enjoyed the company that I got to spend with the people, and I was really surprised at the morale and the support, and it was just a really good feeling, backstage or in the green room, and the guys in particular. It was very much like a footy locker room. We didn't stop laughing. Most of the time, it was at our own expense, but it was a lot of good humour. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's on every Sunday, as we said, Dancing with the Stars. Ben Cousins is out there dancing. Oh, it says you didn't go too good in the first week of the competition. You narrowly escaped elimination. So you need to lift your game, mate.
Start. Yeah, it's been a rocky start.
Well, you've bounced back before. Come on, you can do it. And you can see him on Channel 7 News Perth as the sports presenter as well. Ben Cousins, great to chat to you, mate.
Yeah, you too, guys.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.